has just gone to Latakia province on the coast of Syria, where a new battleground is expected. And she has spent several days with FSA fighters and leaders and gone into the front lines. Thanks for speaking to us on CCTV News, Karen. Now, where will the battle go in Latakia, and how long will it last, and why is it so important?
Hey, thanks so much for having me. Latakia is a very important battle going forward in that it's the Alawite stronghold of President Assad and other members of his sect. And a lot of the FSA leaders on the ground feel that when Assad flees Damascus, he will go to Latakia for his final stand. And everybody I spoke to said that they felt they were winning there on the ground in the guerrilla war that's going on in the mountains around the city, and that they were planning on marching to the city next month. And I think that that's going to be kind of the last battle for Syria. It's going to be long. It's going to be bloody. They said it's going to be at least 6 months, that they're expecting heavy casualties on both sides, but that in the end it will be the deciding factor in which side wins Syria in the end.
Well, Karen, Latakia is also the ancestral home of President Assad's family. So what have you seen and what have you heard there from the people?
You know, it's a very interesting kind of fabric there in terms of Sunnis and Alawites and Christians and Kurds, everybody living side by side. I think it's one of the richer tapestries in the country. And people on the ground told me that they really, you know, the Sunnis are largely FSA. They said they have no problem with the Alawites, even the ones who support the regime, because they think that they have no choice but to support the regime. And that their problem is with a group called the Shabiha, who are these amateur fighters who have been fighting with the Assad regime, who aren't officially tied into the army, but who have adapted their tactics and who have fought with them. And they said that, you know, when the battle does occur in the city, this is who they're going to be going for, but that they don't expect anything in the future, any kind of tension between Sunnis and Alawites, between everyday people. And that they think things are going to get back to normal eventually in the province as soon as this settles down, as soon as somebody has taken control of the city. If I had a guess, having spent time there, I think it will be the FSA's to win. But it's going to be a very long battle. And it's going to be extremely, you know, you can't get rid of the regime unless you take them out of Latakia. So it's going to be very important going forward the next 6-8 months.
Karen, I'd like to ask you one more question. Now, let's talk about the refugees fleeing from Syria to the other side of the border to Turkey. We have about 50 million, 500,000 refugees taking shelter there. Tell us about their situation.
You know, it's a very bad situation. I've spent time in Atma camp, which is on the Syrian side of the border, and I've spent a lot of time on the Turkish side.